Hello friends, myself R.D. Mahajan presenting my video on unit number 5th vector calculus. First point I will discuss about a revision of vector algebra. Use if P is a point in the space with the coordinate xyz, then if we join that point P with the origin, we get vector OP is equals to xi plus yj plus zk. That vector is called as the position vector of that point P. And if we find the mode of this vector, we get root of x square plus y square plus z square is called as the modulus of that vector OP. Then in vector algebra we have studied two types of product. One is called as dot product, and second is called as a cross product. Scalar product, vector product. For that we consider two vectors, vector A and vector B. Vector is in terms of magnitude A1i plus A2j plus A3k, and vector B is B1i plus B2j plus B3k. Then vector A dot vector B is defined as A into B cos of theta, where that small a and small b are the magnitude of that two vectors, vector A and vector B. Therefore, this is the definition of that dot product. Vector A cross vector B is defined as A B sin theta into n cap, where n cap is the unit vector along the normal to these two vectors, vector A and vector B, and theta is the angle between the two vectors. Then, or if it is defined in terms of component, that vector A dot vector B is given as A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. By taking a product of this component and then sum of it, we get that dot product. And for that cross product, vector A cross vector B, if it is expressed in terms of component, is obtained by this determinant I, J, K, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. If we find the value of this determinant, whatever that value we are getting is the value of that cross product of vector A cross vector B. Then the properties. Vector I dot vector I. Here angle between the same two vectors is 0, cos 0 is 1, and therefore we get that product as 1. The same case for J dot J, we get J dot J is also 1, and K dot K, we get that value as 1. Therefore, this is the first property. Second property, I dot J. Here the angle between that two vectors is 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, and therefore we get 0. The same case for J dot K, or it is K dot I. All values are equals to 0. The third property, vector A dot vector A. a dot product of two same vector. As per this, it is AB cos theta. Theta is 0, 0, cos 0 is 1, and therefore we get that product as A square, magnitude square. And the fourth, last one, if vector A is perpendicular to vector B, then we get dot product of that two vector as 0. Or we can go reverse way also. If dot product of that two vector is 0, then that two vectors are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, these are the important properties from that dot product. For cross product, the first property, I cross I. Angle is here 0, sin 0 is 0, therefore we get that value as 0. The same case for J cross J, and same case for K cross K. All values are equals to 0. Second, we get I cross J is equals to A, B. A is 1, B is 1, sin of 90, sin 90 is 1 into n cap. It is the unit vector along the normal. Therefore, normal to this two vector I and J is K. Therefore, I cross J is K. J cross K is I, and K cross I is J. The third one, vector A cross vector A, cross product of two same vector, angle is 0, therefore sin 0 is 0, we get that value as 0. Fourth one, vector A cross vector B and vector B cross vector A. Are same but with a negative sign. Means here the order is very, very important while performing the cross product. If you change the order, sign changes. Therefore, these are some of the important properties of dot product and cross product. After revision of that vector algebra, next point, we have to define vector function. Vector function is a function of scalar variable t, and it is denoted by v bar is equals to f of t, or f bar of t, where t is any scalar variable. For example, velocity, it is a function of scalar variable time t. Acceleration is another example of that vector function. It is also function of time t. Then next point is derivative of vector function. A vector function f bar of t is said to be differentiable with respect to t if that first principle is true. Limit of f bar of t plus delta t minus f bar of t upon delta t as delta t tends to 0. If this limit exists, then it is said to be a differentiable. If limit does not exist, it is not a differentiable. And if it is a limit exists, we denote its value by df bar by dt, or d by dt of f bar. That is the notation used to denote a derivative of vector function. If that function is expressed in terms of the component like this, bar of t as f1t into I, second component f2t into j plus f3t into k, means that function is expressed in terms of the components, then its derivative df bar by dt is equals to f1 dash, derivative of first component with respect to t into I, then f2 dash t into j, a derivative of second component with respect to t into j, and third f3 dash of t into k. Means by differentiating each component with respect to t, we can obtain derivative of that f bar with respect to t. Means either by this or by this we can determine the derivative of that function. And then some important rules. After defining derivative of vector function, let us discuss rules of derivative. If phi is any scalar function of a scalar variable t and vector A, vector B and vector C are three vector functions of scalar variable t, then first rule is derivative of that sum of the function vector A plus vector B plus vector C, and its derivative is sum of the derivatives of that function. It is dA by dt plus dB by dt plus dC by dt. Second rule, derivative of this product of two functions phi into a bar. Phi is a scalar function, a bar is a vector function. Then we have to apply product rule or UV rule of derivative. First term phi, derivative of second, it is dA by dt, plus second term as it is a bar, and derivative of first, it is d phi by dt. Next, third rule, derivative of dot product of two vectors, vector A dot product with vector B, and its derivative with respect to that scalar variable t is given by or obtained by first function a bar dot product with derivative of second function with respect to t dB by dt plus second function b bar dot product with a derivative of first with respect to t, that is dA by dt or dA bar by dt. In dot product in any order we can perform, no problem, we get the same value. But when we perform derivative of cross product of two vector function a cross b bar, perform in this order only. If you change the order, sign changes as per the property of that vector product or cross product. Therefore, it is derivative of that cross product is equals to first function a bar cross product with derivative of second function dB bar by dt plus derivative of first function, that is dA bar by dt cross product with b bar. We have to perform in the same order. Don't try to change the order. If you change the order, a value changes in sign. Therefore, these are the important rules for finding the derivative of that value. Physical interpretation of derivative. For that, consider this figure. In figure, we have a curve C, capital C, line OX. O is the origin. On that curve, we have 2 points, P and capital Q. If we join that point P with point O, we get position vector of point P, and we denote it as R bar. It is a bar of t. Let's consider a particle is moving along a curve C, and there are two positions of that particle. First, P is the position of that particle at time t, and capital Q is the position of that particle at time t plus delta t, a small increment in time t. Delta t is the small increment. And therefore, from figure we have vector OP is equals to vector R bar, and it is a bar of t. Vector OQ is nothing but vector R bar plus vector dr bar, and it is equals to a bar of t plus delta t, position of that point in time t, and this is the position of that particle at time t plus delta t. And then by vector algebra that vector PQ is nothing but vector OQ minus vector OP. Vector OQ is R plus delta R bar minus R bar get cancelled, we get delta R bar. And if you take the limit of that delta R bar by delta T as delta T tends to 0 as Q tends to P, as point Q tends to point P, is nothing but dr by dt. We denote it by R bar, and it is nothing but velocity. And if we take a derivative of that velocity with respect to t, we get acceleration as dv bar by dt. And it is a second order derivative of r bar with respect to t. And we denote it by r double dot, r bar double dot. Therefore, r dot means velocity and r double dot means the acceleration. At point P, we draw a tangent to the curve. Therefore, that vector PT is the tangent. We denote it by T bar. And the meaning of that dr by dt is, a physical interpretation of that word dr by dt is, dr by dt is a vector along the tangent, therefore vector along the tangent to the curve at point P. Therefore, whatever that tangent we have at point P, along which we can find the value of dr by dt. Therefore, remember this. As important point, remember it as a physical interpretation of term dr by dt or derivative. Then another term, angular velocity. From figure, angle POQ is delta theta. Therefore, delta theta is the angle between the two vectors, vector OP and vector OQ. And if we take a limit of that, delta theta by delta t, as delta t tends to 0, we get d theta by dt, nothing but theta dot. This is called as the angular velocity. Therefore, omega represents the angular velocity and value is d theta by dt. In my next video, I will discuss another important point from this vector calculus, scalar point function, vector point function and a gradient of scalar function. If you are watching my videos, please like and share it, as well as subscribe to my channel to get new updates or new videos. Thank you.